architecture. It will have even I will share you that link, PDN link, Pega Developer Network. There is a link. There's an article which explains about the class structure which is generated by application accelerator. I will share you that. Please go through it. If you have any doubt, just ask me. So this is how it will create. It will have organization, division, framework, and implementation layer. Class structure will be like this. Framework will be inherited from the Pega layer, and implementation will be inherited from the framework layer. Even the same thing you can see when you log in into the application. Let the server start. I think with this only we have run that application accelerator, system architect, Citibank.com.
Sandeep, I'm Sudhir here.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, I just messed up the last class that you have explained. The thing is, and the previous class too, but I have gone through all those classes, like third class and all, about the class structures, abstract class, concrete class, and everything, and the property categories, like everything. I just gone through it. But I have the last video that you have shared me. I have some problem with both audio and video. Like both the audio and video doesn't sync up for me. So so I'm just a little bit lagging with the last class. Is there any possibility to use a brief description that what you're saying right now? So currently what you're saying that I was not going through. So is there any chance?
Yeah. Everyone has that problem, or only you, Sudhir?
I think I only messed up that class. So that's the reason.
Oh, is it? Okay.
But I'm not sure about the other people. But
okay then. I have two documents for them. Like I have a PDF which explains about application, how to run these two tools, and what you are doing and everything. It will explain completely. Application profile and accelerated. It will explain briefly. I will share you that. And I have a link, a PDF link, like that will have an article which explains the transaction which is generated from the accelerator.
Okay.
And both the things I will share you. Please go through that, and if you have any doubts, just ask me tomorrow's class. I will explain that.
Yeah, sure. So currently, what we are running like right now?
So I just want to let you know how the class structure would be, which is generated from the accelerator.
Okay.
Going through that. After that, we'll be going like basic flow. Will be creating again.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, this is the class group. Okay. It is inherited from framework level class group. Framework level class group is inheriting from the Pega layer.
Okay.
So how the class structure would be, which is generated from accelerator, even in real time, it will be like this. Framework level layer will inherit the rules from Pega layer, and implementation layer will inherit the rules from framework layer.
Okay.
That is how it will be.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
To everyone, I will share you that link. Please go through it. In detail, we'll be discussing it even in the last before a week when this class is complete. We'll discuss in detail about the class structure again because it's very important. We should know about it to face an interview. Okay. In every interview, there will be a question based on class structure. They will be asking you how the class structure would be in your application. They will be asking you. We should be able to explain that.
Hi, sorry. I tried to install Pega tool on my laptop. For some reason, I was unable to install it. It's just coming up as installation unsuccessful. I tried to change Java home and tried to do quite a few things, but it didn't seem to work. Could you kindly have a look after the class?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Is your system is the 32-bit or 64-bit?
64.
Okay. Did you make the changes to the control panel, that security control settings?
I did.
You did, but
Yeah.
you are not a installer.
Yeah.
Windows 7?
Windows 7, yeah.
Okay, let's see later after the class.
Thank you.
So even I think in the second class itself we have created a basic flow, and let's go through it again. So now this is my implementation layer. How can I able to say it doesn't have any FW in it? See, in this class FW is there? No, right? And these are the classes which are part of framework layer. Which doesn't have FW in it, we can say those are implementation layers. Implementation layer classes. So now I am creating some properties. How can we create properties? And to which category it belongs to? Anybody?
You said
So right click on any class,
data model.
new data model property. A property is nothing but a variable which holds the value. Let's create the basic flow. After that, we'll go for security and how you are able to log in and what are all the settings behind that. We'll be knowing that. Okay. So now I'm creating a basic flow. First name. Just in the history and click on save. Room got saved, got created. I want to create multiple properties at a time. Right click on the class, click on define properties. That's a wizard where you can multiple properties at a time. No one recording it? The class? I think no one is recording. Please record yourself. Here I am mentioning the description of the property. Click on enter. It will add another row. Email ID, phone number, date of birth. I think these are enough for me. And now I will click on finish. So these are all the properties which are created from this wizard. If you expand here, you will be able to see. See, there are the properties created. So now I want to make these properties as part of the UI, user interface. So that's where section comes into picture. A section is a granular level UI rule, user interface rule, where you can add properties and everything. Collect personal information. So a section contains layouts. We have three types of layouts: repeating, smart layout, and freeform layout. Template is nothing but smart layout. Repeating we have, and freeform layout. Let's discuss about repeating later, going forward classes, and let's see how freeform looks like. So for freeform, we'll be having this option to expand the width and expand and collapse the width, decrease the width of cell size and everything. Whereas for smart layout, we'll not be having all those options. Most of the layouts which we use in real time are freeform only. So now I'm deleting it. Even you can use that also, no problem. You can adjust the width like this for freeform layout. How you can make these properties as part of the UI? Just drag them and drop here. In the description also will be added automatically. Last name. If you want to add rows, click this icon. This will add the rows, or else right click here, insert row above or below. You can do like that also, or else you can just click on this row icon. So first name, last name, date of birth, and email ID. Insert row below. Like this I want to have. See, This is the section which we created. You can preview it, how this will be looking for the end user. When you click on preview, it will show you. This is how they will be able to see. So if you just recollect the last class, like we gave discovery maps, right? We gave the draft flow, how the flow would be. First, the person will collect the information. After that, we have given some flow. We have defined some series of steps in the discovery maps. Even we discussed. So from there, the accelerator will create a flow, draft flow. It will not have the UI rules and everything. We have to create them manually. Based on the discovery maps, it will create a draft flow. That is the one which you are able to see here. It's not open. Let's wait for it.
Sandeep, don't mind, can you tell me what is accelerator? I didn't get that.
Yeah. Accelerator and application profile both are DCO tools, direct capture of objectives.
Okay.
So why do we use these two tools means? So our class structure and rule set hierarchy will be in this way: organization, division, framework, and implementation. Okay. So you don't need to create the class structure in this way. When you go through the application accelerator, it will create the layer for you like this.
Okay.
Even the class structure and rule set hierarchy, it will create for you like this. You don't need to create them manually. Those will be automatically created from these two tools, and even the requirements gathering also can be done from those two tools, but no one will gather the requirements from those two tools. Okay.
Okay.
That's just provision given by the Pega. So this shape is a subflow shape. Nothing but in a flow you can call another flow. I'm opening it. The flow which was which was being called from another flow, the main flow. See, if you recall that day, this is how we define the process, right? In the accelerator, in the profile, we define the process like this: collect personal details, collect professional details. After that, investigation, step name. Like this, we define the process. So based on that, it created a flow. Based on that, it created a flow like this. Even the discovery map, you can see. Even the modeler, you can see. So let's see about a subflow later. I'm removing it. Even to modify a rule, what I have to do? Check out right. I think everyone is blank, like no one is answering.
Yeah,
To modify,
check out and change the rule and check it.
then only I can able to modify the rule. If I want to make any change, I have to check out first. I don't want this step now. Right click on it and delete. So now I want to have a assignment shape, because user will perform an action there. So when you hover on it, hover on any shape, you will be able to see the dots. Select the dot and drag it and connect it here. And select this, drag it and connect here. Like this, connectors would be. Like this, the connectors would be. So to make the UI which we created as part of the flow, we need a flow action. We need a flow action. Here we will be mentioning that. So let's create the flow action. A flow action can contain multiple sections. Now I am creating a flow action. Even flow action also belongs to user interface category. New flow action. If in a flow action, we'll be having the sections. So drop the section which we created earlier, drag and drop it, provide the history, save it, flow action got created, come to the flow, double click on the connector which is emanating from the assignment shape. So user is performing action there, right? That's why we have an assignment shape there. So now I am mentioning the one which we created, collect personal input. This is the flow action which we created. Even you can change this, like I want to have the space like this. Just the name, description, and save it. The flow with single UI screen has been updated. See, even from end user portal you can see this user doesn't have any access to other portals. He may, I'm running this flow from here, run the process. Click on create. Now the work object will be created. Now you are able to see this first name, last name, and you will be able to enter the fields like this. So when even you can see where in the flow where you are. This is for end user only, not for us. I'm just unit testing it. How it is? I'm just unit testing it. So where am I in the sense? It will show you in the flow at which step you are. It will show you that. Like that it will be. I'm going to add another screen in the flow. I'll create some more properties. Occupation, annual income. and these two I want to have it in another screen. In the next screen, after submission of the personal info, I will create a section now. Click on new user interface and select section. Select professional info. Click on create. Mostly you will be using freeform layouts only. Set the freeform layout and delete the smart layout, which is defaultly will be there, and just refresh it. Those properties are not coming here, that's why I refreshed. So this is occupation and annual. Mention the history. Save it, and I am creating a flow action for this. Select professional details. I will drag and drop the section which we created. Personal info, this is professional info. Mention the history. Everyone is observing, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So I'll make the change to the flow. I want to add another screen. So I want to have, you should have another assignment shape, because you want to add another flow action. So just select this and connecting it to it, and from here to this. Here I will mention the flow action which we created now. Just click the down arrow, it will show you all the flow actions which are in the current class. So collect professional details. This is the latest flow action which we created. And save it. So in flow, not only assignment shape, you have multiple shapes. There's a specific situation. Why do we use those shapes? Every shape has a different characteristics. We should know about that. We'll be knowing those about all the shapes going forward. Today we know how a start shape looks like, how an end shape, and what is a connector, and where do we mention the flow action. Flow action will be mentioning in the connector which is emanating from the assignment shape, because user is doing an assignment there, right? He is entering the fields and everything. He is doing an assignment there. That's why we have an assignment shape, and the connector will be mentioning the flow action. So going forward, we'll be seeing all those shapes, other shapes. So just run this flow which we created now. Even I will show you how end user is going to run this. Click on create.
Sandeep,
Just enter.
Sandeep, I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, so so you in the flow action, so all the details that we have collected, like first name, last name, all the like the property values, so all
Yeah.
those values are stored in that assignments in that all the values stored.
All these values will be stored in a table which class group is connected. See, I will right click on the class and click on definition. Click on definition. You know, right? A class group will be connected to a table where the work objects will be saved. To that table only the work objects will be saved, right? See, class CM Bank loan, CM Bank work is mapped to the table PC underscore work in database Pega rules. In this table only, all these details will be stored. Even I will show you, like in 6.2, you'll be able to see the database also. Control center, it's a DB2 thing. I'll just go and I will check. See, S33 is the work object ID, and previously it created S32. Tables. Just search for PC underscore work. PC is nothing but process commander. Query. Where PYID is the property which will have the key. S33. See, S33 work object is in this table, right? PC underscore work. Why in this table that this particular work object is saved? Because our class group is connected to this table. Our class group is connected to this table. So while I am running the flow, what will it check? Where the flow exists? It flow exists in the work class. CM Bank loan, CM Bank work, CM Bank. Here the flow exists. Just check the definition of it. It belongs to class group. What is that class group? This is the class group, and it will check to which table it is connected. To which table it is connected? It is connected to PC underscore work. There it will say the work object which is created. Okay. Got the answer?
Yeah, Sandeep.
Yeah.
So as it was, so right now we are using personal edition, right?
Yes.
So these values are all stored in DB2, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
So in real time, like in enterprise edition, so which database Pega gonna use?
Yeah. Generally, it would be based on the project actually.
Uh-huh.
That architecture. Generally, mostly will be having Oracle.
Okay.
Even DB2 also will be there. Maybe based on the project.
Okay.
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 Mostly will be having Oracle. So, but the tables and everything will be same. Whether it is maybe DB2 or it may be Oracle, the tables and everything will be same.
Okay.
That's Pega's schema only. PC and scope and everything is Pega schema only. Everything will be same. So this is the first screen, and even if you check the where am I, this is how the flow that it. So this is how the flow is. I am at this step, and I'm submitting. It says second screen automatically came. How? That is from this thing using this flow. This in the flow it completed this step. It completed the first step. After that, it is coming to the next step, next assignment here, and it checked the flow action and it is launching that automatically. We didn't write any logic. Okay. Pega is taking care of that to launch the next screen. And if I click on submit, flow will be in. Nothing but work object is resolved. Thank you for your input. You will get the screen like this. Work object is been resolved. So this is the basic flow. Just to let you know how it will look like and everything. We've gone through these things. So let's go into security. How you are able to see this when I able to log in. When I have logged in, I can able to see the default day. I can able to see this portal. How? And I can able to create the rules and I can able to delete the rules. How? How those are happening, and where my password and where my username. While logging in, I am entering the user ID and password, right? Where those will be stored. Everything let's know. Okay. See. And even not only that, see, I'm trying to create a property now. See, you'll be able to see multiple rule sets here. See, the operator ID is also a rule which will have the information like the username. This is the username, and it will have the password also. It will have the password. If you want to change your password, you can change it here and save the rule. Okay. And other than that, it will have other things like access group, operator ID, and it will have user ID and password to log in, and it will have the access group in it. Access group, even access group is also a rule. Access group is also a rule. It will have application in it, Even application is also a rule, and the default portal of a user, and secondary portal, and access role. These are things which will be there in the access group. And application will have, application is also a rule, it will have rule sets in it. It will have rule sets in it. This is how the security hierarchy will be. And there were some more rules like access of role to object. We'll discuss those later. As of now, see about these rules. See, as I log in, I can able to see the defaultly I can able to see this portal. That is from the access group. That is from the access group. Open the access group tool. In access group, in settings tab, here we will be having the default portal layout. Nothing but when the user logs in, what should be the portal he has to see defaultly. That is nothing but default portal. So if you want to add another portal for the user, you can add. For this, this is the developer role. I want to add another portal to this guy. User, manager. There are the two secondary portals I want to add for this user. Add them and save it. And not only that, a access group will have the application in it. Application is also a rule which will have the rule sets in it. These are all the rule sets. And application will have a built-on application in it. These are all the rule sets. So let's know about all these. What are all these? So now I am trying to create a rule. Just I will go here, Rules Explorer. I will try to create a rule now. New property. This is the rule. Here I can able to see all the rule sets, right? I can able to see all the rule sets. Here, these are all the rule sets. Where can I create the rule? These are the rule sets. Where can I create the rule? How these being loaded? How I am getting access to create the rules in this? That is from the application rule. That is from the application rule. We will be getting the access to create the rule sets in these particular rule sets. See, I have 4 here: CM Bank FW int, FW int, CM Bank int. Here totally 8 rule sets were there. Combining both the applications, 8 rule sets were there. Here you will be able to see all those rule sets. You can create the rules in those rule sets. From where I am getting the access means from the application. From the application. So let me create a manually. Let me create an application. I am trying to create it manually for you, just to let you understand. So now I will create a rule set. New sysadmin. Rule set. Rule set is RPS. I'm creating it. If you are being confused, just ask me. I will try to explain in a better way. Oh, this is already there, I think. This is already there. That's why it is creating another version. No, sysadmin rule set. Ma'am. I'm saving it. This is the top level rule set of NAM application. And now I'm creating another rule set, new rule set. NAM INS. And the prerequisite for this is 01-01-01. And save it. I want to create another rule set. NAM INS claim. I'll save it now. So now I'm planning to create an application for the NAM application. Application belongs to application definition category. Now I'll create the application. Version 01.01.01 created. The initial application of every application, the base application of every application will have the built-on application as Pega rules. Why? Pega rules is a default application, Pega's default application. In that, we will be having all the default rules, like predefined rules. Maybe 10,000 plus rules will be having. The predefined logic will be there. So to have access to those rules, we should have the built-on application as Pega rules for the base application. And the rules set type, how we have to mention is specialized to generalized rule set. See, NAM INS claim, it's a specialized rule set. How I am saying, it is specific to the claim application. And NAM INS, it is bit specialized compared to the NAM INS claim, because it is common for all the insurance applications. NAM is the rule set which is more generalized compared to these two rules, because this is an organization level rule set. This is common for all the applications in the organization. So the order which we mention in the application stack, specialized to generalized. See, NAM INS, this is specialized, more specialized, and you have to mention the version 01. So INS clean. This is more specialized. Got it? Still any confusion? Just ask me. And NAM INS is 01-01-01, and this is more generalized because it is common for all the complete organization. And save it. This is the application for the NAM application. If you observe that top level rule set of every application will have the prerequisite. This is nothing but prerequisite as Pega process commander. Pega process commander. Why do we mention that means? So when we install Pega, it will give 37 rule sets defaultly. There are the I think 39 rule sets. 39 rule sets it will give defaultly. These are all Pega's out of the box rule sets. There may be 10,000 plus rules in this. There may be 10,000 plus rules in these rule sets. So our application may use any of the rule in the 10,000 plus rules. You might be knowing or you may not be knowing all those rules. So while creating a work object itself, it is creating the series of work objects, right? S33, S34 like that. Even behind that a logic is there which will create the sequential work objects. You are not taking care of it. And even when you run the flow, changing the screens, you are not taking care of it. Pega is running that logic behind it. There may be so many out of the box rules running behind that. So all those rules may belong to any of the rule sets in these 39 rule sets. May belong to any of the rules in these 39 rule sets. So from where I am executing the flow from particular rule set. My particular rule set should have access to these 39 rule sets. How can I have access? So every rule set will have a prerequisite. Just like a class has a parent class. Every rule set will have a prerequisite using which that particular rule set can have access to the other rule set. If you have the prerequisite mentioned, now NAM application can have the access to Pega process commander 6 to 20. So when you just open it and expand this latest version. See, this has so many prerequisites in it. It will have 38 prerequisites in it. Totally we have 39 rule sets, right? Pega, when you install Pega, it will give 39 rule sets. I am just saying, including the Pega process commander, and excluding Pega process commander, we have 38. It will have the 38 prerequisites. Nothing but Pega process commander has access to all the rule sets of the out of the box application. All the rule sets which are out of the box rule sets. So nothing but if my top level rule set have the prerequisite as Pega process commander, I can have access to the Pega process commander rule set as well as the prerequisite of that rule set, right? See, top level rule set it is having as Pega process commander. Pega process commander as a prerequisite, and Pega process commander has 38 rule sets as a prerequisite. So in turn, top level rule set will have the access to Pega process commander. This process commander will have access to 38 rule sets. Nothing but top level rule set is covering all the 39 rule sets. Right? Got it? So that's why the top level rule set of every application will have the prerequisite as the Pega process commander. In detail, no one will tell you. Actually, to be frank, no one will tell you the reason why we keep this. They'll tell you like you should keep this, you should keep this. No one will tell you the reason. So this is the reason we should mention as Pega process commander as a prerequisite for the top level rule set. Okay.
Sandeep?
Yeah.
So if we have 38 rule sets or like 39 rule sets with us, so why do we create a new rule set like in the previous classes? I think we have created some rule sets, new rule sets.
Very nice question. Like when you install Pega itself, I am saying it will give 39 rule sets and all those will have 10,000 plus rules in it. I am saying like that.
Yeah.
You might have created the rules in those 39 rule sets itself, but you cannot because all those rule sets were locked.
Okay.
All those rule sets were locked. See, you can able to see the lock symbol, right?
Yeah.
These all are out of the box rule set. Those were locked. You don't even know the password to unlock it. And you should not create the rules in this. Pega will not allow you to create the rules in it. So now I am trying to create a property here. Just check. Sorry. Just a minute. I am trying to create a new property. I am saying we have access to all the out of the box rule set. See, can I able to see here? No, right? Because all those were locked. All those out of the box rule sets were locked. You cannot be able to create the rules in those. So that's why we are creating our application specific rule sets. That's why we are creating our application specific rule sets. And our application specific rule set must have the access to the out of the box rule set to use the predefined rules. That's why for the top level rule set we are keeping the prerequisite as Pega process commander. So now I created this rule set nam. So nam is the top level rule set which I created, and next I created nam ins. This is for insurance, and nam insurance. In insurance, I have a claim processing rule set. These are the rule sets which I created, and my top level rule set has access to Pega process commander, and in turn Pega process commander has access to 38 rule sets. So the next level rule set, which is this one nam ins, should have access to my top level rule set, should have access to my top level rule set as well as the Pega rule sets. So that's why for this rule set, I kept the prerequisite as top level rule set. In turn, it will have access to the top level rule set as well as the 39 rule sets. And for the next level, claim application, this should have the access to the NAM INS and even the NAM and even these rule sets. That's why we kept the prerequisite NAM INS. Okay. Clear? Clear about prerequisite? If still any doubts, just ask me. I will try to explain again.
Sandeep, can you
Yeah.
tell me what is the use of Pega process commander?
Yeah. Pega process commander is a out of the box rule set which will have so many rules in it. See, let me show you. All these are out of the box rule set. So we are saying everything is a rule in Pega. Everything is a rule in Pega. Okay. Even I am telling like Pega gives out of the box so many rules it will give to make the to make a field like a drop down, or anything, you don't need to write the logic for that. I am telling Pega gives that logic. So even that is also a rule, right? Even they also wrote that logic in a rule. So to create a rule, we need a rule set, right? To create a rule, we need a rule set, obviously. So for Pega, while creating that predefined logic also, they are need of a rule set. That's why they created the rule sets like this: Pega process commander, Pega UI engine. So like this, Pega integration, and Pega update manage security, and for UI they have created so many rule sets, end user UI, like this. So they have created multiple rule sets like that, and they have created the predefined logic in those rule sets. Predefined rules in those rule sets. See, Pega process commander has 161 rules in it. This is rule count. All rules. It has 161 rules in it. Just click on it, it will show you all those rules. So it has 41 HTML rules, and it has text files 120 that will have predefined logic in it. You may be using it in future. You may be using them. Indirectly you may be using them unknowingly. Okay. Even to have the access to these 161 rules, we should have the prerequisite as Pega process commander. Like that, another 38 rule sets were there. There may be so much logic in those rule sets. There may be so much logic in those rule sets. Like this. So many rule sets were there. There may be so many rules. I should have access to all those rules. If I just keep the Pega process commander as my prerequisite, I will have access to all the rule sets. That's why we are keeping it. And even that's why they created Pega process commander. Is that clear now? Doubt? Who asked that question?
Yeah, I just asked. Yeah, it was clear.
If still it is not clear, just let me know.
Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah. So, and why are we creating the application? In an application, we will be having the rule sets, in an application, we'll be mentioning the rule sets. Man, this is a app. In which data we'll be mentioning? Specialized to generalized data, we'll be mentioning the rule sets. Those in the same way, it created application accelerator created the rule sets and it kept in the application rule. So to create a rule, like I'm getting the access right to create the rule in the particular rule set. That access will be getting from the application rule only. That access will be getting from the application rule. So just now I showed you, like if I'm trying to create a new property, I can able to see the multiple rule sets here. I can able to see the multiple rule sets here. In all these rule sets, I can able to create the rule in the sense I have access to those rule sets from the application rule. From the application rule. So that's how we created manually. This is created from the application accelerator. In the history also you can see this loan application for the Siam Bank. This is created from the application accelerator. And application will have the rule sets in it. And what is an access group? Anybody has any other work? It may take another 20 minutes. If you want me to continue, let's continue. Otherwise, we'll continue the session tomorrow.
Yeah, continue. I don't mind.
Yeah. See, we have what is an access group? I'm trying to create another access group. Access group, right? Access group belongs to security category, or else you can create from here also new security access group. Name administrators. So, an access group will have the information to which application the particular user belongs to. So, NAM application I have created. This access group is for the NAM application. And what is the role of this access group? Whether it is a developer role, or it is a user role, or is it a manager role? So for developer role, Pega defaultly gives Pega rules sysadmin 4. Pega rules, you just type that and click the down arrow, it will show you all the detail, all the possible values. Pega rules sysadmin 4 is the developer role. Because I am having this role only, I can able to create the rules and delete the rules. See, logging with systemmarketcitybank.com, I can able to delete the rules. I can able to modify the rules. I can able to create the rules. How? Using this role only. Using this role only. Whereas the end user will have the role as Pega rules user 4. Pega rules user 4, they will be having this. They will not be having the access to create the rules, modify the rules, and delete the rules. They only have the access to execute the rules. Pega rules user 4, the end user will be having. Whereas for the developers, will be having the Pega rules sysadmin 4. So I am creating a access group for the developer. I kept this. And in access group, we will be having another setting like default portal. When login, this user should see what portal this user should see. Defaultly, I'm saying when he logs in, automatically he has to see developer portal, I'm saying. And other than that, he should have access to other portals also, like user and manager. And manager. I want to give access to these other two portals also. And mention the history and save it. Mention the history and save it. So now this is access group. Okay. And now I am creating a operator ID for this access group. Operator ID belongs to organization category. I am creating a operator ID name developer. So a operator ID will have the details like full name is mandatory, name, developer. This is the one which you are able to see here, system architect. For the operator ID which I logged in, full name I have as system architect. That's why here I am able to see system architect here. If I change this here to Sandeep, I can able to see Sandeep here. I will be able to see Sandeep here in the application profile menu, at the profile menu. So mention the access group which we created earlier, name developer we created, name administrator which we created, and which will have the information, other information, work settings, to which organization this user belongs to, and to which unit. This particular user belongs to, and all this information will be having here. As of now, I am mentioning the existing one. And that's it. So in advanced tab, change the password. I'm giving rules as the password, and allow rule checkout. If you check this only, that user will be able to check in the rules. Now I am able to check out the rule and modify. That access I am getting from this checkbox only. If we uncheck this, this particular user will not be able to modify the rule. Okay. I am saving it now. Let's log in this with this operator ID. File, new session. Rules is the password. Click on login, yes, and want to save that password and username. See, now I can able to log in with that operator ID. So while logging in, what will it do? What will it do? In operator ID, while logging in, it will come from the top. While logging in operator ID, it will check. It will check the user ID and password. Both are matching or not. If both are matching, it will check the access group. It will check the access group. It will go into the access group. It will check to which application this user belongs to. To which application this user belongs to. It will check that. And it will check what is the default portal I have to launch for this user. What is the default portal I have to launch for this user, and what are the secondary portals it will check in the access group. And what is the role of this operator which he is logging in? What is the role of this operator? Whether he is a developer, whether he is a user, whether he is a manager. It will check that access role. After that, it will check the application, and in the application it will check the rule sets. What are the rule sets that particular user has access to? That's how the hierarchy will be. In the operator will be having access group. In the access group will be having the application. They would have kept all these things in single rule itself. In single rule itself. In the operator ID itself, they would have give application. They would have give the portals information and everything. They would have give in operator ID form itself. But why did they? Why are they saying to create multiple rules like access group? Why operator ID? Why application means? So for the reusability. Only. So for that only they have converted these specifications into multiple rules. The same access group can be used by multiple operator IDs. Nothing but reusability is being increased, right? The same operator ID. See, now I will create another operator ID and I will keep the same access group. Nothing but in a application there may be multiple developers, right? So all the developers will be using the same access group. All the developers will be using the same access group. Okay. See, user portal, manager portal. I can able to see other portals. That from access group, secondary portals. And if I'm trying to create a property, now I will be able to see multiple rule sets here. The 3 rule set I am able to see. That is from the application rule. That is from the application rule. These are the 3 rule sets which I have access. Now, while creating a rule, it is showing me all the possibilities. Like these are the 3 rule sets, it is showing me. That's how the hierarchy will be. Any doubts about operator ID, access group, and application? Just try to repeat it. Try to practice it in your own system. And if you have any doubts, ask me. For the application which is generated from the accelerator, it will create a framework application, and that framework application will be built on Pega rules, and it will create a implementation application. This implementation will built on framework. Okay, and framework will be built on Pega rules. And even for this, we can have multiple operator IDs. See now, this is the operator ID for this application. I want to create my own operator ID. I will just you can just save as it. I'm just saving it as Sandeep CM. I'll just change the name. Now I'll save it. Nothing but in an application there may be multiple operator IDs. Like maybe there may be multiple developers. They will be using the same access group. Same access group they will be using. Nothing but reusability is being increased because they divided the characteristics. Like in a access group they kept application, in a application they have kept rule sets, and this access group can be used in an operator ID. That's why the reusability is being increased. Now I will log out and log in with that particular operator which I created now. See. Just simple, very easy. Just try to practice it. Any doubts? Anybody? Okay, try to practice it. Come with doubts. I will fix it.
Hi, do you mind looking at the tool installation, please?
Yeah. Please share
Okay.
your screen.
Okay.
I think share the screen, is it? Can you?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. Please share the screen. I'm stopping sharing my screen.
Mr. Sandeep, hello? Hello?
Yeah?
Shall I stop the recording?
Yeah, you can. Please stop recording.